Hello, people of Cyberturf, and welcome to another story time. So today is about the most mid field trip I've ever been on, I would say. So this is a trip for the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade band and chorus at my middle school to celebrate kind of like, the end of the year by going to Academy Lake, which is an amusement park in Salem, New Hampshire. And so we rode there, and I know my bus, like a pretty nice bus though, like one of those like luxury buses. It's like 2.25 hours, I'd say, drive. And we get there, and I was put into a group with 4 other people, 2 other 8th grade girls, and a 7th grade girl and a 7th grade boy. So that was an interesting group. I didn't really know any of them, but I knew one of the kids from my summer camp. So, and Jimmy mentioned the 7th grade girl was slightly obnoxious. So we decided that we're going to go on this ride called like the Yankee Cannonball, and it has a really long wait line. And in that time, I decide, I'm going to put on my sunscreen. Well, then there comes technical difficulties, and we just decide after like an hour of waiting in the line, we're just going to leave. So we waited an hour in the line for a ride that we didn't even go on. So that was fun. So we go to the 12 o'clock check-in that we were required to go to. Then we decide that we're going to go look for the music teacher. Like, why? Like, why do we need to be looking for a grown man? Why does a bunch of 13 and 14-year-olds need to be looking for a perfectly capable grown man who can handle himself in a park? That's what I was wondering. So then we look for him, we find him, everything's fine, and then it's like, then this one girl decides she's going to just wander off and go to the water ride. Boom, so we're forced to join her. And it was a water ride where when the roller coaster cart would come down, it would like crash and cause a big water explosion. And that got me wet, and that got all of us wet, but including me. And also, I was carrying around a drawstring bag, which decides to break, so I only had one of them. And I was carrying it around my neck, which also gets wet, which has a lot of my electronics in it. So that was fun. I decided not to go on this ride, but the rest of my group does. So, because I didn't want to get wet. And then, so it's like, okay, so I already haven't rode a ride, Then we wander around some more, and we eventually get to this spinning ride. And shouldn't I mention, even though it was cloudy, it was very hot. So I was, boiling hot, waiting around. And then, so we decided to go on this spinning ride, and it's I was kind of forced into doing it, but, I guess I'm glad they forced me to do it. Because it was one of the only 2 rides that I would ride. And it would, spin you around, and I honestly thought I was going to die at it. And I guess I fell down at one point, and yeah, so that was not fun. And then I was nauseous for 20 minutes after it, and then they tried pressuring me into doing another ride, and I was like, no, still recovering from the last one. So again, had to wait into it in the hot line for a ride. Hot day, and long line for a ride that I go on, this thing. And then we decide. And then at one point we just decided that we would chill for a sec, like an hour before we had to leave. And I decided to check my phone to see if, there's any messages from my parents. And I come to realize that on my phone, there's cracks and scratches. Now, I don't know exactly how this happened, but I think somebody threw my bag, and that's how it happened. And it just, cracked. But luckily it was only on the screen protector. But it still was another not so good aspect. Oh, and also should be mentioned, I got slightly sunburned on my face from this. There's another not so great aspect. Then about an hour left until we had to leave, we decided to go on this skateboard ride, which was pretty fun. But then everybody decides they're going to go and get ice cream, which I get, and but it starts melting and spilling all over myself, my hands and my clothes and my bag, and I was just getting so frustrated, so I was literally wiping it on my bag, and then my teacher made me throw it away, because at this point I was just so done with the bag, so I was like, the bag's totaled, and yeah, it was, and I ended up wasting that, and then we just finally go home. We went home on the bus, and the bus was a little bit late because of traffic, but that was fine, I just sat there, and yeah, there we go, the most mid-field trip. It's very much full of annoyance. Just of breaking things and getting things wet and just having to walk around in the hot sun and only getting to ride 2 rides. So, I just want to know, like, what do you guys think? Leave your responses down in the comments below. And, yeah, thank you for watching, and, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications if you want. And I hope that you have a great day. Bye!